Welcome back, everyone, to another episode of Business Talks. I am your host, Chawanne Burns. In today's episode, we are going to discuss Congress. Representative Jasmine Crockett, Mtg, Marjorie Taylor Greene, and Aoc, they got in a screaming match, and they said it diverted Congress proceedings for about an hour. Real ghetto. Okay, and we're going to discuss your girl Tiffany Henyard. She's due back in court today. She was there on the 13th for the grand jury for Dalton Village, and she's there today. A subpoena was served at Thornton Township. So I believe those employees and anybody that has to deal with Thornton Township is in front of the grand jury. So we're going to discuss a little bit about that. And also, we have some other stuff I want to update you on, some previous stories that we've been talking about on this channel. So we're going to get into it, you guys. So stay tuned for another episode of Business Talks.
Something like this. Looks a little bit like I can't miss. Hey, this is what you call a bad. What? This is what you call a bad. Something like this. Looks a little bit like I can't miss. Hey, this is what you call a bad. What? This is what you call a bad.
You guys put in the chat, let me know where you're viewing from. Please put in the chat, let me know where you're viewing from. Let's see who we have in the building. We have Noble Young, it's good to see you. Kennard the DJ, what is good? Daniel Cunningham, I believe. Yeah, Daniel Cunningham, what is good? John Allen, viewing from Clarksdale, Mississippi. It's good to see you. Quincy Gray from the DFW, what is good? Eric Sanderson, Virginia. Fairly Long, North Carolina. Kennard, we know you tuning in from Chicago, so it's good to see you. Indigo, Ola from Sinolia. Sinolia. Loa. Anyway, just put in the chat. Let me know where exactly is that at on the map. I'm working on Chicago public school system education and also via Iowa school system education. So just put in the chat. Let me know where you're viewing from. Okay, you guys, we're going to start. Just one little small story before we actually get to the stories that I actually talked about. Wells Fargo is in the news again. Wells Fargo, remember years ago, actually, they actually settled a few lawsuits, class action lawsuits, because Wells Fargo was using customers' information and opening up unverified or what is it called? They didn't get customers' permission to open up these checking accounts and credit cards. They were just doing that randomly. I guess if they had a customer that had pretty decent credit, they opened up checking accounts, which they incurred fees, and they were opening up credit card statements. So just recently, and then they had another thing that they got caught in. So, but just recently, this was down in Florida. Wells Fargo is being sued. They're being accused for aiding and abetting alleged a $300 million Ponzi scheme. And they're trying to hold Wells Fargo personally responsible because Wells Fargo should have done their due diligence on this organization. This organization is supposed to have been like an investment organization, and they use Wells Fargo to actually receive over $300 million from 1,000 victims. And most of the victims were elderly people. And it's just I just want to cover this really quick, because only reason why I want to cover this real quick is because number one is Wells Fargo. They always been caught in some crazy undermined or underhanded scheme. They didn't directly open up this Ponzi scheme, but you're a bank, so I'm pretty sure there are strict requirements for an investment company to come to you to handle these transactions. And they didn't, I guess they didn't look all the way into these people. Okay. And it says in July of 2021, Florida Office of Financial Regulation filed a complaint against insurance company Seaman Holtz for multiple violations of security laws. The complaint alleged that Seaman Holtz engaged in the sale in unregistered securities after issuing $300 million in promissory notes that were supposedly backed by life insurance policies. And coming to find out, they were not backed by anything. All they were doing, i.e. Ponzi scheme, the new investors will come in and they will dish out a payment to the old investors. It wasn't backed into nothing. They didn't put it into no securities. They didn't do anything with it. They just pulled the money from the new investors and paid the old investors and spent the rest. Okay. Why do I want to talk about it? This Seaman Holtz guy, Seaman and Holtz, these are two different guys. Once the suit was filed against them, he decided to unalive himself. Okay, that's exactly. So they're never gonna see the 1,000 victims. They will never see their money. Let me just pull it up. I just had it on my history. They're never gonna see their money, and it's unfortunate. It's unfortunate that $300 million, they might get it from Wells Fargo, but in this class action lawsuit, but I doubt it. So Seaman, what an odd name to have, right? Seaman. He was, I guess he couldn't stand the pressure and he decided to take his own life. And then this Holtz man, he decided to die. He just like, okay, too much pressure. Let me just go away somewhere. And he passed away last year sometime. So I was just trying to find the article where they was talking about it. And this was all in Florida based article. But like I said, Wells Fargo, more than likely, they might see their money from Wells Fargo in their class action lawsuit. But many of these investors and elderly retired people, they probably won't see their full investment, only because, with the lawsuit, you end up having to pay 40% or 30% of the money to the lawyers, whoever's filing a suit, and then you only get you're never really made whole. Seaman. Oh, here it is. So Seaman Holtz co-founder takes own life. Okay, it says the co-founder and Boca Raton, Seaman Holtz financial advisor, has died. And it's basically saying, according to the spokesperson, the co-founder Eric Holtz, on June 11th, he decided to unalive himself. And On June 7th, that's when the class action lawsuit was filed against them in South Federal Court. One of several similar lawsuits was alleged that Seaman Holt sold securities to senior clients without licenses or external control. So that's why they're looking for damages from Wells Fargo, because Wells Fargo is supposed to, I mean, they're using their system or their platform. It was their responsibility to make sure that they had all the necessary documentation to use their platform for these securities funding or whatever investment. And it says there's no indication that Eric's tragic passing is any way related to the filing. Yeah, right. Why wouldn't it? Why wouldn't it be that? That's just a bunch of crap. What else would it be? Attorney Scott Silver, who represents several of the plaintiffs, told Reuters and his team has spoken to almost 100 investors who experienced being denied payment. Their attorney also said that the plaintiffs altogether represented $100 million investment of Seaman securities. Though Silver believes the actual amount is larger. Just one thing I want to note in this short story. So they told these people, hey, invest in us. You could get an 8 to 18% return on your money. And these investments is backed by insurance. Now, insurance is very stable. It's a very stable investment. I don't know how savvy those people were about investing in things like that. But, 8 to 18%, that's pretty astronomical, really. 8% probably over a 30-year lifespan of the annuity or whatever investment that you're putting your money into. But a short-term investment, I'm not for sure about that. It goes up and down, but 8% is a pretty it's a good number to reach. But we short or long term, maybe long term investment like 30 years, but I can't see a short term investment rendering that unless you plan into the stocks. Anyway, that's that. So Wells Fargo is in trouble again. Okay, so we're gonna get to our story for the hour. This major Marjorie Taylor Greene. I said this is ghetto. And I don't know what's wrong with women. We tend to not, stick to the issues. And I'm not saying all women does this, but it's been pretty bad in politics when women end up clashing with each other. They don't clash and just debate the issues. They start clashing and they start insulting each other the way they look or whatever. Almost body shaming. What happened to the body positivity movement? So they body shame each other the way they look, okay? Or they insult each other intelligence, or they make slick and condescending remarks. And I just noticed this and just with women. When men clash, if you're in Congress, they usually debating the issues. They point out something that the person said that was totally, off base just to prove them wrong. And you got to remember, most of the representatives, used to be, most of the representatives that were elected back in the day, I'm not for sure what the statistics are now, but they have a political science background. Most of them have a lawyer background. Some type of political background. So they're used to debating on the floor. But now we have a generation, or we've elected a generation that not necessarily have these political science degrees or lawyer degrees. So they don't necessarily how to effectively debate on things. And AOC, I believe Jasmine Crockett, I think she is a lawyer or was a lawyer, but she made it real ghetto. Anyway, so this is their exchange, and it really goes downhill.
Time's expired. Does any other member seek recognition?
Mr.
Chair
Chairman,
recognizes Ms. Green.
I'd like to know if any of the Democrats on this committee are employing Judge Merchan's daughter.
Please tell me what that has to do with Merrick Garland.
Is she a porn star?
Oh, Goldman. That's right. He's advising. Okay.
He's advising who? What?
Somebody said, is she a porn star? I don't. So I guess MTG asked if this individual is, employed by one of the Democrats that's on this panel. And somebody asked, was this individual a porn star?
Do you know what we're here for? You know we're here about AG.
I don't think you know what you're here for.
Well, you the one talking about.
I think your fake eyelashes are messing up.
No, ain't nothing.
Hold on.
Listen.
Order.
Mr. Chairman,
That's beneath
would
even
you
you,
please
Green.
regain
That's beneath
order
even
of your
you.
committee?
Order.
Please.
There's a point of order.
We have a point of order. Mr. Lynch, state your point.
Mr. Chairman, I would just like to ask the parliamentarian if your conduct here in raising money in connection with this hearing is referable to the Ethics Committee within this hearing. Is a motion in order to refer your conduct and your abuse of
It's not a point of order.
I do have a point of order, and I would like to move to take down Ms. Green's words. That is absolutely unacceptable. How dare you attack the physical appearance of another person?
Are your feelings hurt?
Her words down.
Aw.
Oh, girl, baby girl.
Oh, really?
Don't even play.
Baby girl? I don't think
we are going to
so.
move, and we're going to take your words down.
Baby girl, don't even play. So you got MTG saying, oh, you can't see the whatever through your fake eyelashes. But Jasmine was kind of condescending. Do you know what you're here for? Okay. I'm doing the same job you're doing. Okay, so don't insult my intelligence. So MTG responded, oh, you can't even see because do you know what you're here for? You can't see because you're fake eyelashes. You can't even see what you're reading. And then you got AOC saying strike her words, which I agree. She should strike her words. But you're going to say, oh, baby girl, don't even play. Are we in the hood somewhere? What is going on with Congress? Baby girl, don't even play with me today. It's so caricature of a woman speaking. Like, do you really speak like that? Women in the audience, do you actually say if somebody, snaps back at you, do you actually say, baby girl, don't even play? Usually you hear that like with little kids saying that, trying to mimic their mom or something they saw on TV.
I second that motion.
So who will have to pay us? Okay. All right. We're suspending.
Absolutely.
I don't know. It's crazy. It's disintegrating.
No, we're taking her words down. No way is that being allowed. He has to retract. Absolutely not. Absolutely.
So she agrees to it. I don't know how much longer I'm going to be over.
Not today.
Yeah.
Not today. Not today. And you hear the guys like, I don't know how much longer I could take of this shit. This is ridiculous. Not today, baby girl. We ain't even playing today. Don't test me. Don't test me, boo-boo. Boo-boo kitty. Who does that remind you of? You guys put in the chat. What does that remind you of?
Today.
I got to find some place where I can work.
Here's what we're not going to do. You can't. It's against
Sit down. Sit down.
she has to do a public hearing, and she has to actually apologize. And if it's not a real apology,
So
then
they
we're not
trying to
going
get her to
we're not going do a
apologize.
stormy apology. She has to actually apologize, and that needs to be up to Ms. Crockett as well. Sure. It needs to be sincere.
Oh, stop it, AOC. Stop it. This is what we spend our money on. It needs to be sincere. I don't know how much. I got to pull up how much they make. I think Crockett, she's at 176. Probably AOC, she might probably make about 176. All these people probably close to $200,000 a year. And you're throwing insult. MTG probably at about 145. I think she's in Florida. I think they pay a little bit lower than these other people. But we're paying these people to create laws and govern. And they said a whole hour. If you make $200,000 a year, I'm just rounding up to 200,000. It might be like 150. But if you're making $200,000 a year, you're probably at about $70 an hour. It doesn't make any sense. $100 an hour. These fools make $100 an hour and they talking about, oh, your eyelashes, oh, your baby girl don't even play. It doesn't make any sense.
Lady's words again.
You don't have enough intelligence. Why don't you debate me?
Right, your words.
I am not.
I believe she should apologize. No. She should apologize.
Okay, hold on. Then after Mr. Perry's going to be recognized, then Ms. Green
I'm not
has 4 minutes and
apologizing.
21
Well,
seconds.
then
Okay,
you're
reserve
not
the right to
striking your
object.
words.
I am
You're
not
nerve-wracking.
apologizing.
Now let's go. Come on, guys.
Why don't you debate me?
Mr. Chairman, the minority.
It's pretty self-evident.
Chair you're not.
Yeah, you're not.
out of order.
You don't have enough
You're out of order.
intelligence.
Chair recognizes Mr. Perry.
Okay, move to strike
I'd like to
I
strike
move to
those
strike the
words
lady's
as well.
words.
I would like to strike
The lady's
as well.
words again.
That's 2 requests to strike. That's 2 requests to strike.
Oh, they cannot take the
There's
word.
another motion to strike her words again. Please
All right.
get
Okay.
your members under
Here's the
control.
correct parliamentary. Ms. Green, do you agree to unanimous consent to strike your words?
I repeat again for the second time. Yes, I'll strike
All right.
my words, but I'm not apologizing.
Without objection.
Not apologizing.
Reserving the right to object.
Chairman, I
reserve the right to object.
Mr.
I
Perry.
reserve the right to object.
Chairman, I move that Mr. Goldman's words and Ms. Ocasio-Cortez's words be stricken.
Okay.
Which words? And you have to do it contemporaneously. Object. The objection must be contemporaneous, and they haven't spoken in 10 minutes.
Nobody's spoken in 10 minutes.
Well, that's right. Therefore, defeating your proposal.
You all have. So that's my motion, Mr. Chairman.
We weren't able to.
But I object. It doesn't refer to anything that's on the floor. Ms. Ocasio-Cortez objected immediately and instantaneously, as you're supposed to do under the rules and precedents of the House of Representatives.
So the first time he could
Mr. Chairman, point of parliamentary inquiry.
All right. We're going to suspend for a minute, but we'll talk to the parliamentary.
So that was that. Then you had this exchange.
Mr. Chairman, on this vote, the ayes are 21, the nays are 19, with 1 voting present.
All right. Motion table. Now the chair recognizes Ms. Green for 4 minutes and 21 seconds.
Mr. Chair, point of order.
Who's
It's me.
Ms. Crockett?
I'm just curious, just to better understand your ruling. If someone on this committee then starts talking about somebody's bleach blonde, bad built butch body, that would not be engaging in personalities, correct?
A what now?
Chairman,
I'm
I make
trying to
a I make a
find
motion to strike those
clarification.
words.
I don't think that's
Hold
a
on.
part of
I'm
the.
trying to find clarification on what qualifies.
Chairman, motion to
I had
strike
no
those
idea
words.
what you just said.
We're not gonna do this. Look, you guys earlier literally just
Oh,
said
you
yes.
just voted to do it. Y'all did it first, so you don't want to talk about it.
Voted to do it.
Order.
I'm trying to get clarification.
Look at calm down.
No, because this
I
is
would
what
like to
y'all
get
do.
through proceedings.
So I'm trying to get
Miss
clarification.
Crockett, you're not
Y'all wanna
recognized.
play
Miss
games?
I can't hear
Crockett.
you with your
And
yelling.
you don't want
Calm
me
down.
to be,
Can you please calm down?
Don't tell me to calm down.
Calm down.
Because y'all
Please
talk
calm
noise
down.
and then you
You're
can't
out of
take
control.
Because if I
Look,
come,
Chairman,
if I
can
come
we
and
stand
talk
outside to
shit
take a
about
break
her,
for 5
y'all
minutes?
gonna have a problem.
Mr.
Order.
Chairman.
This is why I say Jasmine was out of line. Somebody said don't talk bad about black people. No, we got to talk bad about black people. We do. We have to hold ours. This is why it's getting out of control. That's why you got a Tiffany Henyard. That's why you have people in Flint, Michigan doing their own people wrong. This is what they see. Mtg was totally wrong. Yeah, she was wrong as hell. But look at Jasmine. Jasmine, why are you doing this? I believe Jasmine Crockett is an intelligent person. Why did she go to the next level? You do have fake eyelashes. So why did you take it there? It doesn't make any sense. The shit was ghetto. We need to talk about this. Stop trying to act like we need to stop acting like, oh, this person, somebody put Mtg is a racist. Who gives a damn? You are there to create laws or whatever they're trying to pass, or they have an oversight committee on Merrick Garland. That's what they were supposed to be talking about. And then y'all drifted off to nowhere to return. And you're talking about eyelashes and bleach blonde hair and your bodies. This doesn't make any sense. And then she started getting loud and started cussing. And when somebody says calm down, of course you're going to get mad. But yeah, you do need to calm down. Why are you getting so mad about that? BJ Sims, you're absolutely right. She's making her look like an insane person. You look crazy. Mtg insulted her, all calm, lower voice, and then Jasmine Crockett was like, like, come on now. Is this are we in Congress? Are you a representative of your district? I believe she's in Dallas or whatever, Representative Dallas. You do have a law degree. You have all these accolades. You could approach that in a total different way. Somebody was insulting me on Twitter yesterday. And yeah, he said some racist things, and all I did, well, I had we exchanged words, and it was a guy, and I said, well, you must feel real good today going online. You're online harassing a female, and I wasn't even directing the comment to you. I just put it in the thread and said what I said, and I said what I said. But you chose to attack me. And so I reposted his tweet and I said, yeah, this guy is a racist. And I'm pretty sure they probably took his page down because some other people joined in. He started saying racial comments to them. But when I left the tweet of my last conversation, well, you know what? You have a blessed day, sir. And this is on Twitter. I could have typed some crazy stuff, but no, on Twitter. Why get in a screaming match and you're gonna have to see her 176 days out of the year? Doesn't make sense. Why do it? And you the one that look crazy. And this is, let's talk about it. White people like, man, this girl a little nuts. She a little nutty. AOC, you didn't see AOC. She said strike the words and baby girl don't play and all that ghetto shit. That shit was ghetto. But you didn't see her screaming.
Chair, okay. Order. Chair now recognizes Ms. Green for 4 minutes and 21 seconds. 4 minutes. Let Ms. Green talk, and then you all can. I'll recognize.
But I moved to strike her words for a second time based on her second set of personal remarks attacking another member.
Who? Chairman Comer.
Because you all cannot
I have an
seem
amendment at
to
the desk,
apply
and this
the rules
sideshow
of the
needs to
committee.
stop.
We have to do this every time.
Okay, I'm recognized. I'm recognized. I'm going to go ahead and start talking.
Look, I know. Look, I don't know if you've noticed it. I have 2 hearing aids. I'm very deaf. I'm not understanding. Everybody's yelling. I'm doing the best I can. Can we not recognize Ms. Green and let her get?
We cannot because of the rules of the committee, Mr. Chair. That is what I'm trying to communicate in the present moment.
We have a okay, what's the motion?
The motion is to strike the gentlelady's words for the second set of remarks, not the first, the second. That apply to me.
She has no idea. I think, Mr. Chairman, I'm the only one recognized right now.
But we objected at the time.
Will the member state the words she wishes struck?
She told me, or she asserted that I was not intelligent. These are the specific words. We can have it read by the clerk.
It was made immediately.
And it was made immediately. I am not moving now.
I don't think it was
I am not moving now.
It was made immediately, both by the gentlelady and by me.
Mr. Chair, it was made immediately.
It was made immediately, both by the gentlelady and by
return
me.
to us.
Yes.
She said, you don't have the intelligence to talk to me, is what she said.
The chair recognizes Ms. Green for 4 minutes and 21 seconds.
Mr. Chair, what is happening with the ruling?
I object to the ruling now.
We must object.
I mean, if you want to take it up.
Just move on.
Yeah.
Move on.
He should, and this guy is wrong, Mr. Comer. Comer is wrong. He should, they should strike all of their words. Jasmine Crockett words, move to strike those words. People gonna pull up this transcript 10 years from now, and they're gonna be like, these ghetto ass women. And I wouldn't be surprised if somebody would say, yeah, we don't want to elect no more females. Like, come on now. This is just ridiculous. We're paying these people to talk about each other. It's not a comedy show. If we want to be entertained, we would turn on Netflix or whatever. But no, we're entertained. Every time I get entertained, I turn on Forbes if I'm looking at political stuff. And 9 times out of 10 is something crazy happening in Congress.
We should just adjourn.
And no, you can't adjourn. You came there for a specific reason, and now you're mad. All you guys are mad. Oh, we should just adjourn. No, do your damn job. Do your job. Stop insulting each other because you're mad. Oh, she want to apologize. Oh, I didn't get my way. Don't play with me, baby girl. Stop it. This is really ridiculous. And like I said, Jasmine Crockett, she did look crazy because she was the only one screaming. And now AOC wants to leave because she didn't get her way. A bunch of babies.
Yeah.
And you could tell MTG, she's fine. She's fine. She set her off. She apparently she's playing chess with them because she knows how to set them off. And who looks crazy right now? Jasmine. Jasmine, the only one look crazy. AOC looks kind of silly, but Jasmine in this, she looks really ridiculous.
Yeah.
I thought Jerry Springer died.
I don't think it's like a bit of blood.
Hey, I'm just glad that these chairs are too big to throw. This is not oversight, it's Jerry.
Mr. Chairman, a point of order. Mr. Chairman.
Well, that was it. Then Jasmine Crockett, she came on CNN. She came on CNN and they discussed what Mtg said about her.
Her Republican colleague Marjorie Taylor Greene racist after a contentious committee meeting. A late-night House oversight markup last night was derailed for nearly an hour after Greene mocked Crockett. You can see for yourself.
Do you know what we're here for? You know we're here about AG.
I don't think you know what you're here for.
Well, you the one talking about. I
think your fake eyelashes are messing up.
No, ain't nothing.
Hold on.
Listen.
Order, Mr. Chairman.
That's beneath even you.
Engage the order of your committee.
Order.
Please.
There's a point of order.
We have a point of order. Mr. Lynch.
I do have a point of order, and I would like to move to take down Ms. Greene's words. That is absolutely unacceptable. How dare you attack the physical appearance of another person?
Are your feelings hurt?
Her words down. Oh, girl, baby girl.
Oh, really?
Don't even play.
Baby girl? I don't think
we are going to move, and we're going to take your words down.
I second that motion.
Now, after that, there was a failed vote to strike Greene's comments from the record, and she was allowed to continue her remarks. And that's when Crockett stepped back into the fray.
I'm just curious, just to better understand your ruling. If someone on this committee then starts talking about somebody's bleach blonde, bad built butch body, that would not be engaging in personalities, correct?
A what now?
Chairman, I make a motion to strike those words.
So you voted to do it.
Order.
I'm trying to get clarification.
Look it, calm down. Calm down.
No, because this is what y'all do. So I'm trying to get
Ms.
clarification.
Crockett, you're not recognized. Ms. Crockett.
I can't hear you with your yelling.
You don't want
calm
me
down.
To be,
Can you please calm down?
Don't tell me to calm down.
Calm down.
Because y'all talk noise and then
You're
can't
out of
take
control.
Because if I
Chairman,
come and talk shit about her, y'all gonna have a problem.
Greene brushed off any criticism that she got over the last 24 hours, writing this: AOC isn't intelligent. Jasmine Crockett has fake eyelashes. These aren't attacks on personalities. These are just facts. Congresswoman, thanks for being here. First of all, I wonder, in that moment in the hearing room, why?
And Jasmine took off her fake eyelashes. Like, I don't got no fake eyelashes. You see any eyelashes? Do you see any fake eyelashes on her? She took them off. She's like, oh, hell no. No, you didn't.
Why did you react the way that you did to the comment that Marjorie Taylor Greene made about you?
So I want to clarify that I actually did not react instantaneously. I actually was trying to allow the process to work. So you heard from AOC, who is our vice ranking member, and you heard from Jamie Raskin, who's our ranker, as we attempted to go through the process. And there was an agreement. And of course, Marjorie had to be Marjorie, and she refused to actually apologize. Therefore, I needed clarification as to why the chairman refused to actually take her words down, which meant that she would be kicked out of the committee room for the rest of the hearing, which would have been appropriate.
Now, the part that I think really kind of, frankly, caught the internet afire is when you described Greene in this request for clarification as a bleached blonde, bad-built butch body, which I had to look at my notes to read. Any regrets about that kind of language, especially given that you were trying to make a point, frankly, about decorum in the hearing room?
I have no regrets, and I'll tell you why. Because Marjorie Taylor Greene is the type of person that if you give her an inch, she'll take a mile. And the fact that they continue to allow her to break the rules of decorum over and over and over, whether it's the State of the Union that the president is delivering and she's wearing a MAGA hat or otherwise, the reason that she didn't have committee assignments before was because she did not know how to conduct herself as a member of Congress. And so if I just sit there and say, oh, well, Marjorie said it about me, what's to stop her to continue to do it again and again? And at the end of the day, I was elected as a representative of Congress, but that doesn't mean that I'm supposed to be somebody's doormat.
But Michelle Obama famously said, when they go low, we go high. Are those days basically over?
I don't know that we can even call this a low. I mean, she goes to hell, and then I do my best to remind her as to why she should not cross me.
So one of your colleagues, Jamie Raskin, actually suggested that some members might have been drinking. Others have said that as well, making that suggestion. That's a pretty serious allegation. Do you think that that played a factor here?
I think with Marjorie Taylor Greene, it doesn't require alcohol for her to be unhinged. I'll be perfectly honest. I don't know. I don't have any facts to that. So, I won't say and I won't participate in rumors when I don't have any facts behind it.
So you also called Greene racist for what she said about you. Why is that?
Yeah. Because as I've received so many amazing compliments from MAGA America throughout.
Stop it, Jasmine. Stop it. How is that saying I can't see? You're trying to say wearing eyelashes is a Black culture thing and wearing a wig is a Black culture thing. MTG could have said something about her wig. Somebody put in a comment saying all we need to do now is to get her to take the wig off. I believe Jasmine Crockett is a very intelligent, and I think she's very beautiful. But this is self-hate. I mean, you make $200,000 a year, you can't get your hair done, but you got to put a hat on all the time. It's not racist. That's, like she said, it was a fact. Marjorie Taylor Greene. Yeah, this is factual information. She does wear fake eyelashes. How is that being racist? Now, is that being a bitch? Yes. Because you're trying to shame me because I wear fake eyelashes. Maybe I have alopecia and I need to wear fake eyelashes. Maybe I went through some type of health thing. I need to wear fake eyelashes and a wig. I'm not for sure what her health history is, but yeah, MTG, she shouldn't have said that. She should, but Jasmine Crockett, nobody's saying anything about what Jasmine Crockett is saying. Maybe people are not intelligent enough to recognize Jasmine Crockett was being condescending. When you ask me, what am I here for? What do you mean, what am I here for? I'm a representative, elected representative, just like you. So she took a jab, MTG took a jab, and Jasmine Crockett took another jab. And AOC did whatever. She didn't even take jabs, but she was real trying to be hood or something. I'm not for sure what direction she was going in. But this is, you can't say that's racist. Stop it. Stop the nonsense. If somebody said you got a fake eyelashes on, they just making an observation. And they're saying that you look ridiculous. That's basically what they're saying.
My time in Congress, a lot of times when I would go viral, instead of them trying to address the things that I laid out in a very factual way, what they would try to do is say, oh, look at her hair, or look at her nails, or look at her lashes. And they would all then associate anything that I do as a form of beautification with being quote unquote ghetto. And so to me,
I think it is ghetto though. Yeah, to me, this is my own personal opinion. I don't know how many people wear fake eyelashes, but the drag queen eyelashes, that is ghetto. I don't care for this hair wig that she got on, but it don't look too ghetto, but it looks pretty bulky. It doesn't look like your hair. She looks very well put together, this host, and I forget her name. But yeah, her hair looks very pretty. And I don't know if this is a wig or not. It doesn't look like one, but and then you have these long nails. Yeah, it does look ghetto. it looks more drag queenish than anything. It seemed like since wigs became more affordable to people, they just throwing on a wig. Usually if you throwing on a wig, you're a performer. Remember back in the day, I throw on a wig, I'm a performer, or I'm wearing a wig because I got my hair in plaits, because my mom used to wear wigs. She has her hair in plaits and she'll put on a wig on. But now it's the norm that we get these long, luxurious wigs, and the hair follicles are straight that don't even look like us. Put on an afro wig. Why can't we find any afro wigs out there? Y'all want to get the silky straight wigs. So when you see that, you usually see the real hood ghetto girls wearing it. That it doesn't look natural. And that's why they're saying that, because it doesn't look natural. It doesn't, you're calling it beauty, but it's not. It doesn't look naturally beautiful. It looks more drag queenish. This is only my own personal opinion. I'm pretty sure most men agree with this. Unless you're a drag queen. No shade on the drag queens, but let me know if I'm going in the wrong direction, people.
She was just basically repeating the nonsense that MAGA world is constantly putting out there, because I am not the only woman in Congress that wears lashes. And there are women on her side of the aisle that wear lashes as well as hair extensions. But she's never felt like that was a dig that she needed to take at anyone, except for me, a Black woman who sits on the committee. And then, of course, she went after AOC and called her unintelligent, a brown woman that sits on the committee.
AOC is unintelligent. These are all factual. Reason why she didn't call you unintelligent, because you're not. But AOC, we could unequivocally say AOC is an unintelligent person. You guys put in the chat. Let me know if I'm going in the wrong direction. Do you equate AOC every time AOC talks? You know what? I've really never heard her give a strong debate or anything like that on some type of political reasoning. I know she was trying to debate why people steal, and she said, "Oh, people are trying to steal food to feed their family for bread," and that's what I equate. Yeah, these people are going into Lord and Taylor's, Bergdorf, and they're stealing $1,000 bags, $2,000 bags to put bread on the table. Well, why don't you just go to the grocery store and steal the bread? why you got to put a middleman in there? Just go. If you're really trying to feed yourself, go to the grocery store and steal the food. But no, that was her excuse. Anyway, I don't think, I'm not for sure if MTG is racist or not. She gets along with Byron Donalds. He's not. He's a Black man, but he's a Republican. So maybe she just doesn't agree with your politics and your policies. How about, let's start there.
And actually asked her for comment, and this is a statement that we received. She said, the only member that brought up any reference to color was Congresswoman Crockett. She's putting that on you.
I brought it up when we were in committee. It definitely did not come up. When I was asked about whether or not I felt like she was being racist, I told the truth, which was absolutely yes. But ultimately in committee, that was not part of the conversation whatsoever.
So House Speaker Mike Johnson weighed in on all of this. He called the situation regrettable. He stressed the importance of decorum. Here's part of his statement. He said it's
okay. So it cut off.
Do you know what we're here for? You know, we're here.
That's that. It's sad that happened. It's really embarrassing. I think we're paying Congress is like a joke right now. Congress is a joke, and then they send billions of dollars of your money, our tax dollars, to some foreign country, and then you got this shit going on in Congress, and they still want to get paid while they insult each other. It's really ridiculous. Anyway, it's really ridiculous. So we're going to get to Puff Daddy response. You guys put in the chat, let me know what you think about that. This is Puff Daddy. Remember Friday, we talked about Friday evening on our live stream, we talked about Puff Daddy. Puff Daddy, we showed the video. It's very disheartening. Horrible, horrible video. Puff Daddy ended up assaulting, or the video of him assaulting Cassie Ventura in a hotel room. She was trying to escape. She was literally trying to escape from this guy attacking her. And he kicked her while she was down, threw a vase at her. So this is normal behavior for Puff Daddy. Now, he held his innocence all the way up until 2024 of Friday. Was that May 17th? He held his innocence. He said, these people are trying to attack me, attack my character, blah, blah, blah. In no way, shape, or form or fashion would I ever do that. They just got it out for me. That's what he said. Now, he said this. This is him.
To reflect on the darkest times in your life, sometimes you got to do that. I was fucked up. I mean, I hit rock bottom, but I made no excuses. My behavior on that video is inexcusable. I take full responsibility for my actions in that video. I'm disgusted. I was disgusted then when I did it. I'm disgusted now. I went and I sought out professional help. I had to go into therapy, and go into rehab. Had to ask God for his mercy and grace. I'm so sorry. But I'm committed to be a better man each and every day. I'm not asking for forgiveness. I'm truly sorry. It's so difficult.
So he's not asking for forgiveness. He is saying that he's saying that he's truly sorry. And he's saying he's not perfect. He said at that point of time, he was in a dark place. He was in a dark moment of his life, but he said he went to therapy. I don't know how true that is. And some of these comments are in support of him, and some of them are like, who advised you to do this? This person said, wow, look at the person who's attacking so much. Like, okay, y'all, who are we to cast the first stone? None of us are perfect. Forgive him and move on. Is not good. Is not God merciful? Focus on your life. This is a God battle. Everything goes back to God. No, this is not a God battle. This is just the victims of Puff Daddy and Puff Daddy battle. We're just on the outside looking in. We could say, oh, this is very shameful. I would never buy another record of Puff Daddy. Of course, all the women, that's the sisterhood, Me Too women, they're definitely gonna say, call the people they know, you bet not ever give anything to Puff Daddy, because he whooped that woman's, you know what? It was horrific. It's sad that we have to see it to really be like, okay, this is ridiculous. Because some people that were in defense of Puff Daddy, they were saying, oh, Cassie was looking for the bag. They were even mad that Cassie settled. They were mad. Cassie settled the very next day. They were mad at her. And of course, it says someone said you apologize for one thing out of the millions of things you've done to people over the years. And they said they had a laughing face, a laughing emoji. I can only imagine what happened to her after you dragged her back to the room. Well, what happened before? She wanted to try to leave and called security. Puff Daddy is not the only person that's guilty in this. The security people. But the statute of limitation is gone. It's expired, and they're not able to charge Puff Daddy with the crime. Now, Puff Daddy has more things to worry about, because when they did that raid, Homeland Security was at his door. So he has more things to worry about than this is a violent assault. I'm not going to show it again, but it was pretty violent. He stumped her out. You know, that was pretty violent, and kicked her like she was a dog, like she was nothing. I can't put it past Puff Daddy that you know, I can't put it past Puff Daddy, all the allegations that were came forth or came to light since these raids and all this stuff. I wouldn't put it past him to do that, because what type of person stumps on a person when they're already down? This man, Puff Daddy or Sean Diddy Combs, whatever he's going by, this man is he raised men. He has two girls, right? The twins or whatever. What is he going to say to them? It seems like he sheltered them, but he raised his men to be, or his sons to be, monsters like him. So yeah, and it's saying that nearly 2 months after two homes belonging to hip hop mogul Sean Diddy Combs were raided by the federal investigators, law enforcement were released few details to a potential charges the music producer could be facing. And they're saying Homeland Security conducted the raids. The raids came as the producer faces a mounting list of civil lawsuits. Why was the house raided? It says federal authorities have given sparse public comments as to what prompted the raids. They were part of an ongoing sex trafficking investigation. They also reported they're widening their probe to include potential witnesses, intimidation, sexual assault, and firearms violation, according to New York Post. Okay. King Combs was there, and King Combs is just as stupid. He done made a rap song and posted on the internet talking about they own the house next door, which the FBI didn't raid that house. So you just a dummy. You think you're untouchable, and coming to find out you are very much touchable. So you have Sean Puffy Combs. He's apologizing. And of course, you got 50 Cent. You have 50 Cent trolling him. You know, Cassie Ventura responds to Diddy apology. It says that he was only compelled to apologize once he repeated denials were proven false, shows his pathetic desperation, and no one will be swayed by his disingenuous words. I see some posts where, you know, why didn't she leave? And all his victims. Why didn't his victims leave? Why didn't they do this? Why didn't they do that? It's one woman that I follow on Facebook. And not Facebook, but Twitter. And she goes to say that and this is from Harriet Eve 9. It says, my timeline is full of fake outrage, people who are trashing Diddy, but have a Diddy in their family that they love, respect, and support. Do they? I'm not for sure. And a Cassie who refuses to leave him because she loves the lifestyle he provides for her more than she hates the beatings. I think that could be very well true, but why will we have selective outrage? I mean, we could be outraged at Diddy. We could be outraged at our family. We don't know. This is just, okay, yeah. Selectively forgetting that Cassie left her boyfriend, Ryan Leslie, to get with Diddy, knowing full well that Diddy and Kim Porter were a couple in a family. Cassie and her husband, Alex Fine, hates Diddy so much that they didn't refuse the $30 million civil lawsuit settlement in lieu of seeing him locked up behind bars. Well, we passed the statute of limitations, so I'm not for sure why she said that. The narrative is that Cassie was terrified of leaving Diddy because he was so powerful. So how did so marry a fitness trainer who has no power? Money was always Cassie's motive, and Diddy without Diddy. Moral of the story, they are morally the same people. So you have people saying, why didn't she leave? Because she was in it for the money. She was in it for the fame. So she got what she deserved. She got her fame. He got to beat her. He paid for her beatings. Can we say that about, let's just take it back. Just take husband and wife or girlfriend or boyfriend abusive things out of that. Let's go back to slavery. Every race was once a slave, by the way. But I'm talking specifically talking about, since this lady is a black lady, and no shade on her. I think she made some valid points, especially the first paragraph, but all the rest of this is kind of bullshit to me. Hey, yeah, I'm attracted to you because of your money. I love the lifestyle. What woman don't want to be lavishly spoiled? But do I need to get my ass kicked in doing that? Slavery. We wasn't spoiled. We was taken into custody. But why? How come no one ever broke this slave trade? Why weren't we strong enough to break the slave trade? This is just an honest question. We were enslaved for numbers of years. Why? In any slave, why didn't they break the slave trade? What was it that the master had over that group of people? And we could say that the same. I believe it was all psychological, and we could say the same thing for Cassie. Did Cassie leave without Puff Daddy? And if I remember correctly, this is the same I guess beat down that she experienced, that she had to stay in this hotel room because she was just too messed up. Puff Daddy went on his way to do his business, but she stayed in the hotel room for a few days because she was too messed up in the head. You know, her face was badly bruised up to show her face in public. So they wanted to hide that. And I believe her friend, which is a makeup artist or a stylist, said, yeah, she was coming to the hotel to see if she was okay. I think it's all of mine. Why do you stay with your abuser? Why do you stay with your captor? It's all a mind. Once they get your mind, you have no hope. And let me know if I'm going in the wrong direction. That's just my own personal opinion. Let me get to some of your tweets or chats. Lexi says, unfortunately for the sons, this is the only life they know. They could change, but they really have to want it, and they will have to work for it. Yeah, they will have to work for it. But I think King Combs, he has his own legal problems too, because I believe someone is saying that he drugged them and sexually assaulted them. John Allen, one of the greatest put downs I ever heard a senator said is to Joseph McCarthy was, sir, have you no shame? No, they don't have no shame. Carolyn with Gimme Tea. I heard Every Breath I Take with Diddy and Faith Evans yesterday on the radio and about threw up. Yeah, because he was talking about Kim Porter, and they said he was very abusive with Kim Porter. And I did respond to this lady's post. She mentioned that Kim was in a relationship with Cassie, and Cassie basically stole Puff Daddy from Kim, but we don't realize Kim was Puff Daddy's ex baby mama or baby mama best friend. Kim split up with her boyfriend, bad breakup, end up moving in with I think her name is Hilton. Her last name is Hilton. Forget her first name. But she ended up moving in with them. Where am I getting at? Yeah, she ended up moving in with them, and she ended up sleeping with Puff Daddy while he was still with this girl, and she took you in. I'm not for sure about that. Like, we're holding Kim at a heart. Does Kim deserve to get beat up too because she stole the man from? I'm not for sure. Kim stole from Hilton, and Cassie stole from Porter. So they all deserve to get their ass whooped because they like stealing people's mans. Not for sure. Not for sure if we want to go down that route. Or that's what you get. You stole that man. No. Anyway. So last story, Tiffany Henyard. You guys put in chat. Let me know what you think. Tiffany Henyard, she's in court today. And of course, she has to bring some receipts. Do we think Tiffany will bring the receipts? She can't talk shit to the grand jury, or they're just going to indict her. You know, so she's supposed to appear on a federal grand jury today. And they're focusing on basically her allies.
And prescriptions and tools and tips to help.
They're focusing on her allies, and she says she's the most powerful one. Remember, Tiffany, she portrays herself or claims to be the most powerful woman in Southland.
It has learned a grand jury will hear testimony on Monday as part of an ongoing investigation into Tiffany Henyard's leadership in the South Suburbs.
She's the mayor of Dalton and supervisor of Thornton Township. Investigative reporter Ben Bradley has been detailing her questionable spending for many months, and he has an update.
It's rare for us to be able to give you a front row seat into an active FBI investigation, but recently obtained subpoenas show that's exactly what we've been doing. Those subpoenas reveal agents are investigating many of the same concerns over corruption and cronyism that we've been detailing in our reporting. This is what passes for public debate in Dalton. It's the result of months of frustration over Mayor Tiffany Henyard's leadership.
This administration is shameful. Y'all are a disgrace.
We're watching the fall of this administration.
We are.
WGN Investigates has obtained or reviewed subpoenas the FBI served to Thornton Township and Dalton. They serve as a roadmap to the ongoing federal investigation. They seek payment and expense records for Tiffany Henyard, as well as her boyfriend, who runs a violence prevention program for the township. Also named, Henyard's top aide, Dalton's acting police chief, along with 4 village and township trustees and 2 of Henyard's relatives who are on the government payroll.
They'll turn up more and more information. They'll turn up more leads. They may turn up more witnesses. They may.
You see that government staffing advisors, that's Keith Freeman. Remember when we were talking about his bankruptcy? Keith Freeman didn't claim that on his bankruptcy either. That's his company. So he's getting paid under the table one way or another through Village of Dalton, Thornton Township, and I think he worked for another township. I can't remember off the top of my head, but it's that government advisor, and that is against Illinois legislation. You can't work for multiple governments within Illinois. You can't do it.
Find a cooperator. They may find an informant, all which will benefit the investigation tremendously.
But based on what we know now, if you're Tiffany Henyard, how are you feeling?
I would be nervous.
But there's no foundation in the state of Illinois moving like we moving and shaking and grooving like we doing. Right? That's right.
The FBI also demanding records from the Tiffany Henyard Cares Foundation after we reported at least $10,000 in taxpayer money went to it. And the group used government workers and resources for the charity's walk to Springfield. After we reported earlier this year the charity had failed to file required financial records, Henyard claimed she had nothing to do with her namesake organization.
All I can tell you is that I'm not the one on anything. That's the only thing I can tell you right now. So I'm just trying to answer to the.
So you're saying there's a foundation that's not registered, but it has nothing to do with you?
Correct. That's true.
Okay.
That's
so
true.
You're not aware of any of the work that they've done, money that they've raised, anything along those lines?
Correct.
The FBI also demanding records related to Henyard's travel. WGN Investigates has reported she and her team frequently travel first class and have stayed at high-end hotels. The cost in the past year, more than $102,000. The FBI wants the receipts and to know the purpose.
I do not handle anything as relates to with credit cards. As you heard me speak today in my board meeting about, I do not handle that.
Some of those charges are for you, though.
No, sir.
You didn't go to Las Vegas? What is that?
No comment.
You don't know if you were in Las Vegas?
Of course I do.
Were you?
It's not paid by them.
Did you fly first class to Las Vegas?
Any other questions?
And then there's Henyard's top aide in both the village and township, Keith Freeman. He's been charged with bankruptcy fraud for failing to report his earnings from Dalton, but he remains at Henyard's side. We've learned the FBI served a subpoena on Robbins, where Freeman was previously the village administrator. An audit found he received more money than was budgeted.
Clearly, they've targeted several individuals in both the village and the township, and that should be a red flag.
The dysfunction in Dalton also comes with a legal cost to taxpayers. Henyard's attorney recently notified the board he was withdrawing from defending the village in 21 cases because Henyard's opponents have refused to pay his bills. The lawyer warning, without a defense, Dalton tax...
No, I don't even think it's Henyard's defendants. I don't think right now Tiffany Henyard has access to the bank account. I think they ruled for the clerk to get back on the account. But I don't know if she ever changed over that information. They probably don't even know still what's on the bank account. And if they do, they're refusing to pay for lawsuits. I can't see them saying, oh, we're not going to pay for the services rendered, but I know they put in the resolutions for him to step down. Okay, so if the board rules that, yeah, we don't want Delgado Law Group representing us only because he's doing things that's against the legislative body, yeah, we're not going to pay for you. But I don't think they're just saying, oh, we're not going to pay for you for services rendered. I don't think that's what they're saying.
Taxpayers could be on the hook for more than $20 million. And the cases keep piling up. This month, a Dalton police officer filed suit against Henyard in Dalton, saying he was passed over for promotion. In the lawsuit, the officer alleged it happened after he reported a fellow officer was writing unwarranted tickets to boost revenue for the village.
It's Mayor Henyard completely disregarding the law and disregarding the promotional process in the police department.
Attorney Pat Walsh represents the officer and 3 other current and former employees who are suing Henyard and the village. All 4 lawsuits essentially accuse Henyard of misusing her political power.
Mayor Henyard is on an island of lawlessness and is just doing whatever she thinks will benefit her personally and politically, rather than following the laws and doing what would benefit the village of Dalton and the residents of the village of Dalton.
If you don't help the residents, then help them. Why aren't y'all paying for concrete?
What's more remarkable, Henyard's opponents were her running mates just a few years ago.
When you ran on my ticket, y'all ran on my vision. The vision wasn't to rob the city. The vision wasn't for the FBI. The vision wasn't for you to steal all the money.
Late last year, I asked the self-proclaimed super mayor whether she might be the problem.
You often point out you are the leader of Dalton. At what point is this dysfunction a reflection on your leadership?
When I replace my board.
That's a narcissistic attitude for you. She said, everybody else got the problem besides me. She said, when I replace my board. You can't make this up. She said, when I replace my board, that's when everything will be fine and dandy. She a piece of work.
Isn't part of being a leader learning how to work with others? I mean, this is unlike anything I've ever seen before.
Yes, but when other people are the puppet master,
and then you don't hold the power to replace your board. The people elects the board. So stop it.
masters, and they're the puppets, this is the show you get. But as you can see, progress is still being made in the village of Dalton.
All right, we are going to close session now.
That was the first.
So they're in court today. I don't know if we're going to hear anything. Maybe in the next couple of days, maybe we will. I don't know how long does it take for the grand jury to decide whether or not they're going to bring up charges. Not for sure what the turnaround time is, and I don't know. It might be a few days of testimony in front of the grand jury. Maybe it's a week-long process. So I'm not for sure. I guess it all depends on how much evidence or documents and people they have to interview. Okay. So we're going to keep you updated on that story. Later on this week, we're going to talk about Flint. I have some more information about Flint. I tell you, some people just shoot themselves in the foot. I don't know why they do that, because everything that you send on the internet, you could save it, So I implore people, if you don't mean to send that type of information, don't do it. Okay. Don't send bad information. Don't do it. Or something that's damning information. Also, you guys, some changes is coming with the Chawanne Burns channel. I'm still going to stream live stream every day. But if posted videos, if they're political in nature, they're going to go to this channel. So I encourage you to subscribe to this Chawanne Burns 2.0. Okay. I really appreciate every one of you, every single last one of you. I do. I really appreciate you. You see, we reached more than 1,000 subscribers over the weekend on this other channel. So, but that's this channel, Chawanne Burns 2.0, is the political focus channel. Any videos that I edit and post about politics or, social issues, it will go on this channel. Okay. Anyway, I'm sending all my good to you. Thank you to all my moderators. Thank you to all my viewers. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You guys have a wonderful, wonderful evening, and I will be talking to you tomorrow.